I thought it'd be interesting to share, as I know a lot of you are thinking about pivoting in your career and figuring it, the fear that comes with that and not knowing what's next, not knowing how to apply your skills you learned in one thing to something else. Hey everyone, thought I'd check in. I have an interesting meeting coming up next week where I'm meeting with a friend about a small company that they've been working on, and have offered to, sit down with them and talk about marketing. Now, what's interesting to me, which I thought I'd share, is that I don't know what I have to offer yet. Part of the interesting thing is talking to them, sitting down and hearing about what their business, and then trying to figure out, what do I know from growing up in advertising and working with large companies? What do I know that could help their smaller business, which tends to be two different worlds? Working on a project for television and radio, or a large digital program, advertising program, is much different than the things that I know are important for smaller businesses, which are more about, developing their website, their search programs, their developing their social following or their social footprint from scratch, and interacting with fans, or even looking at how their email marketing is going, or developing a customer relationship through a CRM program, whether it's an email list or a mobile text program, capturing customer data. A lot of things that are, the skill set's slightly different. I feel like I know what to research and what the information is, but I didn't practice that, coming up in this in the career that I was in. So, learning, that as I'm trying to pivot, I have to figure out, how I have confidence that I can develop skills that I don't necessarily have yet. The analogy I was thinking of earlier is I was at the gym today, and I was thinking if I was a personal trainer at the gym, I would know a lot about personal training. But if I started to pivot to, consulting people on their nutrition, I'd probably have the foundation of what a good nutrition program could be from what I'd, learned and studied on my own, but I wouldn't have had that strict nutrition background that you would expect of a practitioner in that niche field. So, but I think akin to that, I think it's something you could learn and adapt to as you're pivoting to be, say, offering a broader set of services. And that's what's been challenging, is having the confidence in talking to people about, that's something I can figure out, and knowing what I can, as I'm trying to pivot into something that has more of a startup based customer group, figuring out how do I offer services and kind of learn as I go, in a way that I can feel confident in those abilities. So that's kind of what I've been struggling with lately, is figuring out how to maintain that confidence, doing what I can to grow those skills on my own, and then finding people that can trust me, essentially, to work with them and be beneficial to their business while learning as I go. So that's something I've been working on lately. I thought it'd be interesting to share, as I know a lot of you are thinking about pivoting in your career and figuring it, the fear that comes with that, and not knowing what's next, not knowing how to apply your skills you learned in one thing to something else. It's what I'm going through right now, and I'll continue to check in and let you know how that's going, and what I'm going through. So thanks for listening.